Fresco, raise a cheer. Don't forget a shower beer. Check Pabst beard for lost gear. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:45 drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, fly. Langley twin ranks empty seats, right by the city's biggest end cap. 12 packs of stale buns in your gear. Charter sacks, tailgate nachos if you are in it. Jackals, Jackals, keeping up the flame. Tame Jackals, Jackals, you can't stop the rain. 13.
Jackals TV returns to YouTube for the first game of the season of the 25-26 winter season at the ASHL rink in Langley, BC. This is the Jackals' 13th season together since being formed way back in the 2013-2014 season. Coming off a very successful summer season, at least in the playoffs it was. They ended up finishing 5th place in a 6-team division in the regular season, but did go all the way to the finals, losing 3-2 in the finals. So they've only been off for a couple of week off season for the Jackals, hopping right back on the ice here to start the winter season. They are once again in the 30-plus D1 division, although they are the only team remaining from that division last year. Same division they were in last year, but they're the only team left in it. The rest of the teams are teams from higher divisions last year, so it will be interesting to see how the beginning of this season goes for the Jackals, if they will end up back with the teams they are traditionally always with, or if they can manage to stick with the teams in this division. Speaking of teams in this division, they're playing the absolute Thrashers today. That's a team they did play twice last year. These teams exchanged 7-2 victories last year, so big blowouts in both directions. So traditionally these teams do not play close games. We'll see what happens here tonight. And speaking of tonight, have a look at the screen there. The Jackals are in their dark jerseys here today. They don't traditionally wear these. They usually wear the whites, so it's something to keep an eye on today. The Thrashers are in white there on the right side of your screen. Jackals over here on the left in their dark gray-blue combo. If we have a look at the lineup for this game, you're going to see a large number of scratches here in this game for the Jackals. Chris Marshall, Bruce, Darwin, Daryl, and David all unable to make it, so 3 spares in the line today. Darshan Sidhu from the Summer Jackals helping out. Roger Reimer, a former full-time Jackal, returning to help out today, and longtime spare Rob Lawrence also playing. So with 28 clean sheets ahead of us this season, let's see how game number 1 goes and how well the Jackals can practice their early season division management. And the first goal-scoring chance of the season is going to go against the Jackals. We see the Thrashers coming in some extremely scrambly play here to start the season, and that player gets it alone in front, throws it at net, but a blocker is saved by Trevor to send it to the corner, so now it goes back the other way. Jackals on the attack. This puck's bouncing out. Rob has it, but he puts it wide. JD goes to fight along the wall, and that Thrashers player just throws it out to the point. Gary picks it off and then slides it over to Rob, who shovels it on net, and it seems to hit the goalie and rattle around in the gear and find its way through into the net. And Rob has the first goal of the season for the Jackals, the early scoring leader, and it's 1-0. And here he comes again. Rob carrying the puck up the middle. He's going to push that over to Darshan, who looks like he's going to go back to Rob, and that puck gets deflected back to Chris Weeger instead, and he takes a shot from the high slot. Goalie makes a glove save, and it goes off to the corner. Now the Jackals are actually on the power play. The camera didn't catch the penalty, but here they are on the power play. Aaron gets this puck. He's going to throw it towards the net. It's going to bounce off Bob's foot, and this player is going to take it around behind the net, looking to kill some time and ice it down the ice. But he doesn't see Rob coming off the bench, who intercepts that beautifully, takes the big slap shot past the goaltender's glove hand, and Rob has 2 goals to start the season with a power play goal here to give the Jackals a 2-0 lead. Thrashers, desperate to get back in this one, are going to keep that in at the point, bump it down low, and look at that player all alone in front. The back checker can't get there, but Trevor can. Gets a blocker on it. Then the rebound kind of went to that player off to the side. He couldn't control it before he took it back behind the net. So now Jackals back on the attack. John holds up, puts it over to Chris Weeger, goes to the backhand. Goalie stays with him. Not sure the goalie saved that or if that rolled off Chris's stick. Either way, it remains 2-0. And now the Thrashers. Look at this puck bounce off the wall. Send this player Ilan on a breakaway. He goes to the forehand. Tries to go 5-hole, but Trevor closes it up. Now we have a puck battle along the wall in the Jackals zone. Gary's going to eventually end up with this. He's going to dish it across the ice to Darshan, who can see Chris Weeger coming, so he delays, passes it over. Chris tries the same backhand move, and this time it stays on his stick and it goes in. And the Jackals have a big lead in this first period. It's now 3-0. So now here we are at the early second period, and the Jackals are going to fall victim to a sloppy change. This isn't the one here. That's clean because you saw Lloyd step off the ice. But now the puck is loose there, and Jared plays it as he comes onto the ice, and there's still a lineup of Jackals waiting to get off the ice at the bench. So that's a too many men penalty, which the Jackals do successfully kill. Then right after that ends, you see Gary pick up a puck along the wall, then hang that player's jock out to dry on the line as he goes around him, and then puts it high blocker side. And the Thrashers can't capitalize on an opportunity to get back in this game, and instead are now down 4-0. However, that 4-goal lead is not going to stand for long. Here's the face-off after the goal. This puck's going to get pushed up the right wall here, and this player's going to push it through Rob Lawrence's legs, go in, turning that into a 3-on-1, find the high player who then wrists it past the blocker of Trevor. And the Thrashers are finally on the board. It's 4-1. Now we see Rob holding onto a puck. He's going to move it over to Bob while the Jackals change. They're not looking for another penalty here. Bob waits to see who comes off the bench. It's Aaron, so he hits him, and Aaron goes in, goes around that player, in all alone, tries to go through the goaltender's legs, it looks like, but a nice save by the goalie. Jackals continue the assault. Here's a 3-on-2 we pick up in the neutral zone. Aaron's going to eventually backhand sauce this across to Jared, who knocks it down with his leg, sweeps it on net. A save from the Thrashers goalie. So now off the offensive zone faceoff after that, the Thrashers are going to put that past the pinching Roger and turn it into a 2-on-1, and they're going to come in down the right side, sweep that on net. Might have been going wide there, but a nice glove save from Trevor. Thrashers continue attack. Here's a puck that's loose in front. We got a diving Roger, then a bunch of chaos as the puck is stuck everywhere. But a couple more saves from Trevor as he pushes that one off to the corner, and it remains a 3-goal lead for the Jackals. Face off in their own zone. Bob eventually ends up with this, comes up the middle, dishes it up to Rob, looking for that hat trick maybe. He's going to drive around that player, try to come in as it rolls off, but then it goes back to him and he tips it just wide off that pass from Lloyd. Another defensive zone face-off that the Jackals are going to neatly break out of. First, a bold pass from Gary through the crease, but that works. And it's going to get put up here to Aaron, who goes hard in that backhand there. And the rebound up for Jared, he can't shovel it in. Another rush by the Jackals is going to be Gary up from the back. He's going down the middle, and as he goes behind the net, it looks like he tries to use one hand to put that into the net, but instead it rolls out front to Darshan, who's got a great look from in front of the net. Got a save by the goalie. So we head to the third, 4-1. And early in this period, we're going to see something we saw at the end of the second as well, and that's a breakout off a defensive zone faceoff. First, Roger blocks the shot, passes it to Lloyd, who gives it to Jason Davis and makes a nice move to his forehand, throws it towards the net. It looked like he was probably trying to maybe play for a rebound for Rob, who was charging hard on the right side, but instead, similar to Rob's first goal, that finds its way through the goaltender on the right side. It kind of ramps up his stick and up over his glove, so not a goal that goalie would like to give up too often, but either way, it's 5-1. And while the Jackals' chances have been off the rush, the Thrashers' chances tonight have all seemed to be off mad scrambles. And here's another one, that number 21 up high. Gets a good look from the slot. And then there's another shot from the left side that Trevor does well to get his shoulder on. And then we're back to the Jackals getting chances off the rush. Again, it's Gary up the gut. Comes in, gets one shot on net, and then he jumps quickly on the rebound. He has a chance there, but it looks like the defender gets his stick on it to prevent that from getting through. All the offense from the Thrashers today seems to be coming from one player. You see number 21 there going to receive that puck, and he peels away from it, brings it back up front, shot on net, but a glove save from Trevor knocking it down. And another theme of this game, a chance off the breakout. There's a puck bounced by Aaron up to Chris Stuhar. He's got Jeremy all alone in front. Couldn't quite get him to him, but a second effort he can. And then another second effort by Jer, because the first shot was saved, but he picks up his rebound on the backhand and roofs it up high under the bar. And it's now an unconverted touchdown here for the Jackals, 6-1. And here comes 21 again for the Thrashers. He picks up that puck at the blue line, or he tries to, and eventually it's going to end up with a stick in the corner. So he cuts straight out in front of the net, takes a shot, and as he's there in front, Rob gets him from behind, but if you look closely, you can see that the Thrashers player pushed Rob first, and so that was the assist there to help knock that player down. More attempts here by the Thrashers, alone in front, but again, Trevor stands tall on the rebound and keeps it out. So this one's going to end as a 6-1 victory for the Jackals. So let's have a look at the stats for the game. We know about Rob's 2 goals there, but look at Gary Pablo all over the ice with a goal and 2 assists here tonight as well. Another strong outing from Trevor to start the season, 28 saves on 29 shots. And another interesting statistical aspect of this game, Rob and Bob find a way in a 6-1 victory to be the only players to not record a point and also be -1. So a strange aspect to this game for them. So let's have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard for week 1 of the season. The Voodoo, the Jackals, and the Hosers all winning their first games of the season. The Jackals' next game is against that Hosers team. And speaking of the next game, let's have a look at next week's schedule. There you see the Voodoo and the Absolute Thrashers already having played earlier this week on Monday. Voodoo winning their second game, Thrashers losing their second by a wide margin. And there you see that game with the Jackals playing the Hosers on Saturday night. And with that, we'll have a quick look at the standings. Obviously, not much to see with the games just getting started. There you see the 3 undefeated teams at the top of the table, the 3 winless teams at the bottom. So that's it for this week, folks. We'll see you for that Saturday night game against the Hosers.